so here's the results of that match. Nothing to write home about, but it is the very first match. Like I do, I always show you the very first match, and that is the very first match for the ST2 Tier 10. Now, I can already foresee this is going to be a weak spot. In the ST2, ST1, we always have been talking and calling this thing either STI, ST1. Well, this is the ST2, so I imagine that's the ST1. Pretty much kind of the same front uh, turret with that weak spot, and that is a huge weak spot on this. When they took and made this the HD model, this didn't stick up like this. They made it the HD model and it stuck up like that, big weak spot. Um, 250 turret armor on the ST1. ST2 has 300. Now, it looks pretty much the same, so I imagine that will be a weak spot. But the armor held up pretty well first match. I got the tier 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to do a review and replay real quick about each one of them. It's not going to be anything real in depth. I mean, you guys probably already kind of know almost, from all the previous videos and test server. But it's nice once you get it actually out there in the real world game, and everybody's not slinging, premium round. But tier 10 match, pretty much everybody was slinging premium rounds at this anyways. Side scraping worked out pretty well, but it seems like that kind of would have been, um, weak spot. But first match, people are just learning where to shoot it. So you get away with it the first couple matches, but after about the, 7th to 10th match, people are learning where to shoot it. Commander's hatch up here, on the side there, da-da-da, so on and so forth. So I've got them all maxed out. I've been saving my pennies here with my experience. I had almost 2 million experience. Now I'm down to 560,000 experience, but I maxed them all out so that they were fully upgraded. I had 26 million or 27 million credits. I'm down to 8 million credits. So yeah, and my gold is only down to 5,000, and it was way up there. So anyways, we'll just go over the tier 10 real quick. Speed-wise and stuff, well, I took it to, the first match, took it just down the road and parked on a corner and did what it does best at, side scraping. The gun, the standard penetration is okay, 258. I mean, not bad, not good. It's not bad though. 258, it's right there where it's it's a pretty good round. It's AP. 310 for heat, and seemed like I was hitting commander's hatches on the T110E5, just areas on that thing where it seemed like it would have penned. I don't have any mods on here yet, so I don't have the one where I can go, click on it and then show you exactly where my rounds hit. So like on the T110E5, aiming for the weak spot on the commander's hatch, but 0.37 dispersion, and it makes it a little more difficult. You cannot use gun rammers on any of these new double barrel tanks, so it's nice in a way because on every one of my tanks I've got a gun rammer, because obviously that helps with your load time. Well, when you can't use it, it kind of narrows it down to what you can use. So all three of them I went with vertical stabs, coated optics, and vents. I might change it around a little bit on certain things, like if I'm seeing it's not getting caught on fire much, I might add food to it. I like the coated optics because you can keep moving and your view range is constantly on. With I always forget what they're called. Um, Find the darn things. Binocular telescopes, those you have to stop and wait. I think it's 4 seconds. They kick on. So, like right now, I've got Sixth Sense, I think, on 2 of the 3. One of them I might not have it on there. So let's say I don't have Sixth Sense, or you don't have Sixth Sense on your tank. You pull out, you don't know you're lit because you don't have Sixth Sense, but you got to stop and wait that 4 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, whatever, for the binocular telescopes to kick on. You might take 1, 2, 3, whatever hits of damage because you don't know you're lit, and here you're pulling out and just sitting there for those to kick on. The view range on them was not really spectacular. Like, this is the tier 10 with an okay crew, brothers in arms, coated optics, vents, which helps your view range and stuff. I only got my view range out to 450. And that was with one of the perks being situational awareness, which helps your view range. So the view range on these, and they are, you know, heavy, super heavy tanks, so your view range on those aren't going to be that good. Not real spectacular. But I got to hurry because I got an appointment, and I want to get this video out before I leave. So anyways, average damage 440 per gun, 258 average pen. Like I said, it's right there at the cutoff. It's right at the point where if it were 268, awesome. 258, pretty darn good. You know, when you get down to 248 and below, that's where it kind of starts really struggling at tier 10. And this is I'm talking about a gun at tier 10. You know, if that were 258 on a tier 8, awesome, you know. First gun, 10.73 seconds to load the first gun, 10.73 seconds to load the second gun, so 21.46 to load both of them. I didn't use the double shot on this match at all. If I can and I get the chance, I will try, so you can see how well it does with both guns, accuracy, so on and so forth, and when it switches from the left gun to the right gun, blah, 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 blah. Salvo preparation is nice because it's only 2.5 seconds versus I think it's 4 seconds like on the tier 8 where you got to hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. On this you hold it, it's 1, 2, boom. You know, so it's pretty cool. And then there's a 3-second delay before you start loading your next round. Gun traverse speed, slow, 17.44. Gun depression for a Russian tank, awesome at -8 plus 20. Aim time, 2.75. I went with vertical stabs, which makes it a lot nice because you're zooming along and it's already shrunk down that 20%, so when you come to a stop, it shrinks down even quicker. Aim time, dispersion here, 0.37. Not the best in the world, but it's a heavy tank. Average damage per minute, 2460. Pretty good, not bad. You get 2,500 hit points, armor in the front, 150 on the hull, 300 on the turret. On the sides, you got 140 in the hull, 160 on the turret. So good side scraper. My ex-wife's dog is in the background barking, playing with her toy. Hull armor in the rear is 100, 160 on the turret. And the turret on this thing, these have a big silhouette. They are a big target. So they will be very juicy targets for artillery, which in the replay you're going to see I got hit in the rear by a Batchat Artie, which didn't really do much of any damage because it's a Batchat Artie and they don't hit for crap. Sorry about that. I had to take a break for a second to get the dog to stop barking at its shadow. Really a bright dog. Yeah, so big silhouette, easy, juicy targets for artillery to hit. 69.7 tons, so it's not, you know, it's not a Moss, it's not an E100, but it's pretty heavy. 840 horsepower, wow, yeah, 12.05 specific power to weight, so not really spectacular. It seemed like I got up to the speed okay. You know, for a heavy tank, it's not bad. Top speed, 40 in forward, 13 in reverse, so not too bad of a reverse speed, but it's not 20 where you can get out of, you know, positions that you get yourself stuck in sometimes. 40 for a heavy this big, not too bad. Traverse speed on the hull is 29.53, which isn't too bad for a heavy, and it makes up a little bit for the slow traverse. Concealment, actually 8.67 for this size of a tank is not bad at all. Like I said, I got the view range up to 450 and signal range is 761. My thoughts on it so far, I really like it, but I can foresee this commander's hatch right here being a real downfall for it. It's not super huge like, you know, you're like a KV5 turret or something like that. But, you know, at a medium to close range, anything that's got decent penetration with decent aim is going to be able to hit that pretty quick. Or pretty easy. So, anyways, yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, we'll go over some gameplay, and we'll call her a day at that. And the next one I'll do is the tier 9 and then the tier 8. I did them in reverse because it'll take people longer to get to the tier 10 than people that probably already have the tier 8. So I figure if I start with the tier 10, it'll give an idea if it's worth it, not worth it. Obviously, it comes, whoops, completely maxed out with everything, so it's not like you got to research anything. But on the tier 8 and 9, on the tier, I think it was the tier 9, you got to go through 2 guns to be able to even get to the tier 10. That's the IS-32. This one, well, we'll go over it separate, but that front pike nose can be good, but it can be bad, and it's, I think this is the one. Yeah, you got it. No, I'm sorry. You got to go turret, and then gun, and then that one, maybe echoey. Let's look at the tier 8 just real quick, because one of them you had to go through 2 guns, I thought. This one is going to be a beast, I think. No, you started out with this one, so it must have been it was the turret and then the gun. I was just thinking it was 2 guns, but... So, yeah, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will be right back, and we will have some gameplay with the ST2 Tier 10 Heavy Tank. So, hold on a minute, I'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are in the brand new ST2 Amparaís. On this map, I like to go to the south side and my heavy super heavies. If I'm in a tank destroyer, I'll go to the north side and play field and whatnot. Even sometimes with tank destroyers, I don't like playing field really. It's kind of like you just play like you're a Muppet. You just kind of, if something gets lit, bang, you shoot at it. Well, everybody over on the south side's doing all the work. But anyways, so the only thing I'm concerned about, like I said earlier on this tank, is this commander's hatch. It looks like it's going to be kind of a weak spot. You can see I'm moving the turret there a little bit, and it's not super fast. Somebody did send me a question about the ST2. They're like, how is it? I'm like, on the first match. And he said, well, at least you're top tier, which, yeah, we're all top tier. It's all tier 10s. But, yeah, you can see how slow the turret moves. Turret traverse is not very fast. The hull traverse is a little bit better, which makes up for it. I did come over here to kind of where all your heavies go to try and get a decent position and get shots of these guys down there. Loaded up with heat right off the bat. Obviously it's tier 10, everybody's shooting heat. I could see the IS-7 wanted this corner, so I was going to play off of him shooting, then pulling forward, and then so on and so forth, but I figured, you know, if I do that, I'm just going to get in his way, and then here comes the Type 5 Heavy, which is it's just going to make it worse. So I got thinking to myself, we just go up here. There's no one setting up in this area over here. We'll go up there and see what we can do. So I come putting over here, got a premium round loaded, figured I'd take a pop shot as I go, and it hits, I believe, the 57 Heavy and bounces. Get a shot in the keister from the Bat Chat 5558 for all of 62 hit points. And oh, I was like, where did he hit me, I wonder? I forgot I don't have any mods on here, so he could have hit me directly, and, oh, actually, nope, that's an exhaust. That was that exhaust pipe. So, well, hit right there, so he might have just hit, like, really close to me, but I like it when Bat Chats are already on the enemy team, because they don't do crap for damage. Even if they hit you 4 times with those crappy what they've done to them, it doesn't do much of any damage. But we were stunned, but we're not stunned now, so we pop up here, just take a quick snapshot at the T110E5. At first I was just pulling up, and I'm thinking to myself, Jeff, why are we doing that? It's kind of stupid. But I get hit by a HE round from the T110E4, so it only does 291 damage, and I play this way for a few seconds, and then I get thinking to myself, why don't I side scrape, you idiot? That's what these are really known for. I was just trying to basically get up here, get shots off, and back down. We hit the Progetto for 487, so really for, you know, 490 average damage. I believe it's 490 on these. 440. So I was thinking 390, 440, so a 487 roll, not too shabby. So what I figure is I'm going to go ahead, get loaded here, and we're just going to side scrape, because if I keep pulling out with my front facing like that, they're just going to whittle me away. Better off, you know, just side scraping and letting my tracks eat all the damage. Thought I was going to be able to, with a heat round, hit that Progetto because it has no armor. And even at that angle, I figured I would have done some damage, but all we did was not... Oh. No. Whoops. Hold on a second here. So, T110E4 for 398. That's my damage. And then I hit the Progetto for 487. When did I hit the T110E4? Interesting. But, yeah, so we just knocked the track out the Progetto, take a shot at the T110E5. The problem with, And you can see the side armor on this is just eating rounds for breakfast. The problem you run into, so the T110E5 is starting to shoot HE at us, and he did a 72 hit points of damage. The problem you run into, like I said, when you start, or with this gun, is with the 3.7 accuracy, and a 2 point, I think it's 2.4 or something aim time. I really thought that was gonna hit him, but he hits us with a HE or a heat round. I'm kind of interested. Where? Yeah, see, he hit me right here, I think. I don't know. I've been hitting the turret several times. I got to get my mods back on here so we can see exactly where. But he's got his track there, and I think I just knock his track off. I aim up a little bit. You can see the red. So I aim up a little higher. I switch over to AP here in a minute, I believe, for HE. Heat's good in certain times when you need them. It just seems like, for like right there, it ended up dropping down a little bit underneath the commander's cupola there. Thinking I'm going to get a shot, waiting to get loaded, and he pulls down. I'm like, well, there goes my chance to get the T110E5 Buttercup. Then I see the 121. Be able to get a shot on him, and it does nothing. I think we just knocked his track off, and he fixes it, backs up. So I'm thinking about taking the shot at the T110E5. I'm holding on to E1. E5 hits us with a heat round, does 419. And you can see my awesome heat round hits this commander's hatch and did absolutely nothing. It amazes me how they weakened that commander's hatch up. We take him out, so payback's a bitch. It amazes me how when I take my T110E5 out, everybody shoots that commander's hatch and they pen it consistently. Damage after damage after damage after damage. We hit the 121 and do a 441 hit, but I get penned easy cheesy, go right through my commander's hatch. I shoot at somebody's commander's hatch with heat rounds that have 440 or 310 heat penetration, and it bounces and bounces and doesn't pen and bounces, and it's like, what the hell? And if I would have hit those his commander's hatch with AP rounds, it probably wouldn't have gone through. 258 pen is actually very good, but um, I don't know. Maybe they toughened that commander's hatch back up and just never told anybody. I don't know. Um, Looks like our team. I wonder if that's what the one of the tanks on our team was saying. What a fucking joke or something. I think it was the STB. I'm not sure. Somebody just said, what a fucking joke. I think maybe because we rolled over them so easy or something. I don't know. But yeah, so it seems like when I shoot um, T110E5's commander's hatches, even with heat rounds of 310 pen, it still bounces. But whenever I play mine, it seems like they go through me like it's jello. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just hitting in the wrong spot, or I don't know. Maybe they buffed it back up and didn't tell anybody or something. Because let me tell you, I hit him in that commander's hatch several times, or the commander's cupola there, and it seemed to me like it should have went through, and it didn't. But I don't know. So, anyways, first game in the ST2. I'm liking it. Obviously, I did shoot a lot of heat in that match. I thought I loaded up some HE rounds, but oh nope. You know what I did? I forgot. I made my see how it says 1, 2, 0. I forgot I made my key for my HE rounds the 0 key because um, when I hit 1 to load AP, I'd hit 2 to load an heat round. But then let's say my track got knocked off, I'd go to hit 4. I was constantly hitting 4 and 3 at the same time, and I would end up thinking I had a AP round or a heat round loaded, and come to find out I have an HE round loaded. So I made the key for the HE round completely on the other side of the keyboard. So when I want to load a heat or HE round, I'm hitting the 0 key to load an HE round, not accidentally by fixing my track or my engine or something and then loading an HE round because I accidentally hit the 3 key. So yeah, so thoughts on this? It's the traverse is pretty slow. Speed wise, not too bad. Armor seems to be pretty darn good. Definitely a side scraping beast. Let me see if I can get a. Yeah, you can see where a lot of rounds hit me on the side. Track was eating a lot of the damage when they were hitting me, so definitely a good side scraper. Um, so yeah, that's the tier 10, and I'll do the 9 and then the 8, and then that way anybody that's gonna, that started out at the tier 8 and they're working towards a tier 10, they'll get a better idea. Is the thing worth it? And yeah, I think it is. Like I said, I'm really kind of worried about that commander's hatch, but I kept a hit on the building over here, side scraping. So yeah, time will tell as you get more matches in it. So, but so far so good. I'm liking it, and yeah. So we will call her there. You guys take it easy. If you like the video, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. But you guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.